All right, Quan, congratulations on the publication of Black Lotus 2, The Vow, the sequel to the original Black Lotus. What genre are these books?
I'd say like hard boiled. That's kind of what they jump out at me as. More like mystery detective as opposed to what people are used to me writing.
What genre would you say people are used to you writing?
I think people are used to me writing urban, even though I say I write crime. So but the label they've put on is urban. So I think with the Black Lotus stories, it really gets it really allows a chance for me to showcase my versatility as a writer.
And urban.
The first time I heard the word, I was at a meeting with the vice president of a publishing house, and I was wearing like a Dickie suit and some Chuck Taylors. It was my very first meeting with a publisher. And so he was kind of giving me this look, and he was like, "That's it. You're it. You represent this new thing, this urban fiction." And I'm like, "What is urban fiction? Like, what is that?" So he was kind of like, "Yeah, like the guys, like, you guys are like hip hop for books." So I think that it came about based on the demographic where a lot of us come from that write in the genre.
What or who originally inspired your character, the Black Lotus?
Black Lotus is like an ode to the old Shaw Brothers movies, kind of how they always be secretive in these temples and they wear the cool mask. So for me, it was like that, but at the same time following like the codes of the old Templar Knights.
When Akashic published the first Black Lotus book in 2014, it was part of the infamous books imprint run by Prodigy, half of the hip hop group Mobb Deep, along with Marvis Johnson. Are you a Mobb Deep fan?
Yeah, growing up, we were all Mobb Deep fans.
Did you know Prodigy before we did this book together?
I met Prodigy through Marvis, but I really got to know him like over the course of doing like the whole infamous thing, God bless, shortly before he passed.
Shortly after that book was published a few years back, you and me and Prodigy and Marvis and some other people took a trip to Jamaica for the Calabash Festival.
Oh man, hell yeah, man. That was like the best trip ever.
What do you remember most about that trip?
I remember the shock, how many people knew me, like they knew who I was in Jamaica. And it just kind of blew me away. And speaking in front of all those people, I've never spoken in front of an audience that big.
It was massive.
And just like, yeah, and then they knew me like they knew they didn't just know Black Lotus, like they knew who Kawan was. They knew other titles, and it just tripped me out because I never entered my mind that I was big in Jamaica.
Yeah, if I remember right, you did a fair bit of writing while you were down in Jamaica for those few days.
Absolutely. Like I was up like every day sitting by the nice pool and just write. I did a whole lot of writing. Like it was something about that whole vibe and just looking out at that skyline in the morning and watching the sun come up. It was just really, really inspiring. And people were looking for me like, "Well, where's Kawan?" And I'm out by the pool. Day and night, you can always find me sitting by the pool with the laptop.
By the time this interview airs, next Tuesday's presidential election between Trump and Biden will have already happened. Right now, Biden appears to be leading in the polls. So I have two questions for you.
Okay.
Do you think Biden is going to pull this off? And if he does, do you predict that Trump will step aside peacefully?
I think that Biden is going to pull it off. And I'm not really pro-Trump or pro-Biden. I'm pro whatever's best for the country. I think Biden is going to pull off because Trump, he's like a cartoon character running the country. Like this man is clearly mentally unstable, and we have given him the ability to push the button. And I think that because of his ego, he's put us in a very dangerous place as a country. He's ruined a lot of our relationships that we've had with other countries. Allies are no longer allies. And he's just undid a lot of good work. And do I think he will step aside peacefully? No, I think it's going to be a total shit show. Because that's him. That's the one last tantrum. I think he's going to whine, he's going to pout, he's going to stall, he's going to drag his feet. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm actually going to get up and go to the polls and vote instead of doing the mail-in balloting. I'm just going to mask up, gloves up, and go stand on the line because I want to I don't trust it.
Yeah, neither do I. I already voted. I voted at Barclays Center.
Good
As you know,
job, man.
I live right near there. But just to clarify one point, you may not be pro-Biden, but you are anti-Trump.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Make no mistake about that. And I did not become anti-Trump until he became the president. I never really like cared one way or another. But just for somebody just to so blatantly put us in harm's way and has caused just so much damage and with the race relations and everything else, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care. The only thing he cares about is his own ego. See, now it's like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna sit with this one because you know they're about to drag your ass out of the White House. But before that, it was like, come on, man, you're the president of the United States. You're the most powerful dude in the country. And you're making light of Corona. You're calling military, what do you call them, suckers or idiots or something he called them. And I'm like, dude, you're just out of your mind. It's become a shit show. We've become the laughing stock of the world. And that's dangerous, man, because when people don't respect you, they'll try you.